Welcome to another introductory video for No Huddle Football, a new American football tabletop game from the Clark and Addison Gaming Company. In this video, I'm going to show you how to run the clock and how to use the field that's provided for you to keep track of where the ball is on the field. So you're going to need at least a few different tokens here, and you can use anything. You can use dice, you can use other game tokens or meeples or whatever you have laying around. And so let's look at the clock first, since you'll be using this quite a bit. So the clock has first, second, third, and fourth quarters here, so you can keep track of the quarter. And then it has from 15 minutes all the way down to 0. So what we're going to do is we're going to start our game at 15 minutes. And on the kickoff, let's say there's a kickoff return, not a touchback, but an actual return. Then we're going to take 15 seconds off the clock. And so these are all in 15-second increments. And you're either going to take 30 seconds off or 15 from the clock. So on a kick return, we take 15 seconds off the clock. The next team, the return team, starts first and 10 at wherever you determine that to be on the kickoff. And at first and 10, there's a rushing play. So the rushing play is going to take 2 squares off, so 15 seconds. So they started at 14:45, and then now after a 30-second play, then the next play starts at 14 minutes and 15 seconds. If there is a pass play and the pass is complete, you take another 30 seconds off. So now we're down to 13 minutes and 45 seconds in the first quarter. If there is another play after that that is an incomplete pass, then we're going to only take 15 seconds off. So now we're at 13 minutes and 13 seconds. If there is a sack on the play, so let's say the next second and 10 after our incomplete pass, and then the next play is a sack. So a sack is going to take off 1, 2. So now we're down to 13 minutes left in the first quarter. And so this drive has taken 2 minutes so far. And you continue that way. Incomplete passes, punts, kickoffs, and field goals all take 15 seconds. Rushes, completed passes, sacks, and interceptions take 30 seconds off the clock. Field goal, extra points don't take any time off of the clock. If you were to have, say, a free kick or something like that, you would treat that as a punt or a kickoff. And then, and a safety as well. A safety, you would probably discount that as 15 seconds because the play ends, right? There's no continuation. The clock doesn't continue to run, as far as I know, after a safety. For inside 2 minutes in the second and the fourth quarters, it's denoted here by this different color. So in the first quarter, not a big deal, but if you're in the second quarter and you wind up with 2 minutes, then every play is only going to take 15 seconds. So if there's a rushing play, 15 seconds. If there's a completed pass, 15 seconds. Incomplete pass, 15 seconds. Sack, 15 seconds. Everything is 15 seconds inside of 2 minutes before the half or before the end of the game. Now, if you are way ahead or you want to try to run out the clock, you're free to do that. You could just say, if you're playing an opponent, you tell them, look, I'm going to run out the clock here, or run out the half. Then you would just work the clock like normally. You're probably going to choose a rushing play just so that you can get the clock moving and running. And then you would just use the clock normally like you would. If the other team wants to stop the clock and force a 15-second play, then they can use a timeout. So there is a mechanism for the other team to be able to stop you from doing that. But otherwise, if they don't care and they would just like to run the half out too, they just let you run the ball and it'll take the 30 seconds off of the play each time. You can keep track of downs here as you go to first, second, third, and fourth down. So you see you just need a few different pieces on the board. For the game field, this is broken up into different halves of the field. You can see that it sort of moves like this. So 19, 20, 29, 30, 39, 40. When you get to 49, there's a 50-yard line here in the middle. And that actually counts as one. So you can actually be at the 50-yard line. And then it goes back over here. And then from the 49, it starts counting down this way on this side, or counting up this way, however you see it. The beauty of a field like this is that when you go from row to row, it's 10 yards. So if you're at the 6 and it's a 10-yard gain, boom, you're right to the 16, new line of scrimmage. Same thing anywhere on the field. If you go to a new row, it's 10. The only strange part is here. If you're at the 45, then it just goes right over to the other 45, because that's 5 yards plus 5 yards. But if you're at the 42, you can't just jump over to the 42, because that's 8 yards to the 50. And then that would be another 8 yards to the 42. So it doesn't work like that. But the way you can think about it is, let's see, it's 8 yards to the 50, and then 2 more is get you to 10 yards. So then it's to the 48. Okay. So sort of as you go this way, you got to kind of balance it out by going that way. But you'll get the hang of it and figure it out. But it makes it super easy while you're down here to just figure out how far things go. But like I said, this is really just to keep track. So if you want one, let's say we're going that way, you want one for keeping track of the first down, and it's 1st and 10 at the 36. This will be your first down marker. So yeah, let's say you get a gain of 3, and so now this is your line of scrimmage to gain for a first down. So it's your first down line. So you can keep a couple of them that way, and you can always keep track of how far you need to go to get a first down. And then also keeping track of your first down markers. If you have a field that you would like to play with from another game, and you feel more comfortable with that clock or that field, feel free to use those. These are here just in case you don't have anything to use, but you want to be able to keep track of the clock and the field. Okay, I think that ends our introduction to No Huddle Football. You'll be able to pick up this game from the Clark and Addison Gaming Company. That URL is clarkandaddisongaming.com, clarkandaddisongaming.com. And once you pick up the game, you'll have all of these components. You'll have the field, you'll have all of the teams. You'll also have the special plays chart, and you'll get both of these, both the drive-by-drive and the play-by-play sort of individual statistical tracker. The only thing you won't have are the tokens to be able to keep track of things on the field, and you'll have to provide your own decks of cards. But thankfully, they're pretty easy to find and pretty easy to come across. You don't need any fancy parts. You don't need jokers. So if you've lost jokers out of your deck, that's no big deal. But you do need 52 cards. So you need a full deck, 2 full decks to be able to play the game. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them down in the comments section below of any of these videos. You can also email us at clarkandaddisongaming@gmail.com. Clark and Addison, ADDISON, gaming, GAMING.com, or at gmail.com. And I'll be happy to answer any questions that you have for those. But this is the game. I hope that you like it. It's called No Huddle Football. It'll be coming out very shortly. And it'll have, the initial season is going to be the 2022 NFL season, but I'm hoping to release a classic football season just after that. Once we have everything set up, it should be relatively easy to create new team cards for the different eras and different teams. There is a demo out there. I'll put a link to the demo. You can play the game yourself using 4 modern teams from 2022 as well as 4 classic teams. And you can just see how the game plays and get a sense of the sense of the components and going through the gameplay. Hopefully these videos will help you out. The game guide will be kind of short on this one because these videos are going to be the main introduction to the game. So trying something a little bit different with that, but hopefully it'll be helpful to everyone just to be able to see how everything works in the game. There are also some demo games on the Clark and Addison Gaming Company website or YouTube page, and then you'll be able to sort of see how the game plays, which will be probably helpful to just see a full game and see how that plays between the teams. Okay, I think that's it from here. Thanks for your patience in getting through this introduction, and go enjoy the game. Let us know what you think about it, and be sure after you purchase the game to go back to the website and give a review. That helps out other people who are looking at the game to purchase it, to see what it's like and what are the good parts, what are the parts you enjoy, and that's super helpful for us. All right, thanks for watching, and I'll see you again next time.